Listen to this. I've got 3 massive stories coming out of Paradise today, and trust me, the last one will blow your mind. We're talking future stars, big names already making waves, and our Captain Calmac being spoken about in a way that proves just how special he really is. You do not want to miss this. Stick with me right until the end. Massive thanks to you for helping us smash 1,000 subscribers, but that's just the start. With more than 2,000 views on every story, if you hit subscribe right now, we'll fly past 1,500 subscribers, all backing the Celtic. Let's prove once again that our support is miles beyond anything the Rangers could ever muster. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. Let me tell you about young Colby Donovan again, because this lad has come out of nowhere and suddenly looks like he's been part of the Celtic backline for years. Jim Duffy's been singing his praises this week, and I've got to say I can see why. The boy's 19 years old, barely out of the academy, and already striding into the first team with the kind of composure you don't normally see at that age. He got his big chance in pre-season when Brendan gave him a run out on tour, and from then on, he's just grabbed every opportunity with both hands. Europe? He faced Red Star Belgrade like it was a bounce game at Lennoxtown. Domestically, straight into the team to cover for Alistair Johnston without blinking. That takes guts, and that's exactly what you want in a Celtic player. Jim Duffy even compared the buzz of seeing Donovan step up to what it was like when Kieran Tierney first came through, and let's be honest, that's a massive shout. But you can see the parallels, can't you? Homegrown talent, fearless, full of energy, and giving you that extra burst of pride knowing he's one of our own. There's just something about seeing a boy from the academy come through at Paradise that hits different. Now, with Johnston still sidelined, the debate is heating up. Tony Ralston has always been the loyal soldier, a lad who gives everything every time he's on the park. Nobody doubts his heart. But Donovan brings something else: height, athleticism, presence. He's got that extra physicality. And for a team like Celtic, that can make all the difference when you're up against those big European sides. Duffy reckons he could be the natural successor to Johnston. And you know what? I don't think that's far off the mark. He's only 19, but he looks so comfortable already, and that's not something you can teach. That's mentality, that's sheer confidence, and Rodgers clearly loves that about him. When you see a youngster like Donovan take his chance like this, you can't help but think, this lad's not just here to fill in, he's here to make a mark. And let's be honest, seeing the likes of Donovan shine just adds another layer of envy for the lot over at Ibrox. While they're faffing about trying to figure out who their next stopgap fullback is, we've got a 19-year-old stepping up and looking like a proper Celtic player already. Must sting for them, eh? So here's what I want to ask you. Do you reckon Colby Donovan has shown enough to become the long-term solution at right back for Celtic, even when Alistair Johnston is back fit? Or is it still too early to hand him that role? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's it loudly till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. Now here's one that's really got me buzzing because it's about a proper striker finally pulling on the green and white hoops. Kelechi Iheanacho. I'll be honest with you, I was worried about the striker situation in the summer. It felt like we were tripping over ourselves trying to find the right man. But now that Iheanacho's here, you can already feel the difference he's making. It's not just the goals, though. He's already chipped in a couple, including that brilliant one off the bench in Belgrade. It's the way he plays. He's clever, he's strong, and he's giving our midfield the freedom they've been crying out for. You know what Peter Grant said, and I think he's spot on. Having Kelechi through the middle makes Calmac, Reo Hatate, and Benjamin Negron look sharper, hungrier, more dangerous. Suddenly, they've got someone to bounce off, someone who holds the ball up and lets them play. And listen, I don't think it's disrespectful to Dyson, because Dyson has given everything to this club, but he's not an out-and-out striker, is he? We've all seen it. He's a grafter. He runs defenders ragged. But in terms of that clinical number 9 role, Iheanacho just fits the bill. And the best part is, he's only just getting started. 4 games, 2 goals, a few close calls, even rattled the crossbar against Hibs. The numbers are already solid, but the eye test tells you he's going to be massive for us. What excites me most is how this changes the whole dynamic of Brendan's team. We've been moaning about those dull, goalless draws, far too many of them for a side like Celtic. But against Hibs, even though we didn't score, you could see the difference in energy. Iheanacho up front makes defenders nervous, gives the midfield more space, and keeps the tempo high. You can just sense it. Once he fully settles, Paradise is going to see plenty of goals. And I've got to say, you can imagine the fear this puts into the lot across the city. They're still patching together their attack with sticky tape, while we've landed a striker with Premier League experience who already looks the part. That's the kind of signing that separates a proper club like Celtic from the constant chaos you get at Ibrox. But here's the real question for you. Do you think Kelechi Iheanacho should be nailed down as the main striker for Celtic from now on, even if it means pushing Dyson out wide permanently? Or do you still see Dyson as the better option to lead the line? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's jay it. Laldi till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs. I'll tell you something, it'll be a dark, dark day in Paradise when Calmac finally hangs up the boots. The lad has gone from a skinny wee teenager trying to dribble past everyone to being the absolute heartbeat of Celtic, the conductor of the orchestra, the man who makes everything tick in the middle of the park. And let's be honest, you don't replace a player like that. You just don't. Andy Halliday was on the open goal panel with Dylan McGouch, Cy Ferry, and Paul Slane. And even that lot, who love a good wind-up, couldn't help but sit in awe when Calmac's numbers came up. Over 600 appearances by the age of 32. 600. That's not just impressive, that's outrageous. Most players would be lucky to scratch half of that before their legs go. But Calmac, he just keeps rolling on season after season like a Rolls Royce in midfield. And here's the mad thing. It's not like he's had it easy. We're talking about a guy who's been through Brendan's first stint, the Ange Revolution, the domestic clean sweeps, the European nights, and even the pain of Scotland caps that probably added a few extra wrinkles. Yet still, every week he's there, marshalling the game, keeping us ticking, winning trophies, 24 of them to be exact. Try telling me that isn't world-class in its own right. Halliday was gobsmacked when he realized the full numbers. 500-plus games for Celtic, over 60 Scotland appearances, and even that short wee loan at Notts County where he learned his trade. That was the graft that built the player we see now, the player who doesn't rely on pace but on brain, positioning, and leadership. He's not just a midfielder, he's the captain, the anchor, the standard bearer. Now, people can talk all they want about his age, about how long he can keep this up. But look, the man retired from Scotland duty after Euro 2022, which has given him a few extra years in the tank for us. And when you look at his conditioning, his professionalism, and the fact he's still running games for fun, I'd say we've got plenty more seasons of Calmac magic to come. And you know what? It's nights like this that make you appreciate how lucky you are to support Celtic, because when the day does come that Calmac hangs them up, the tears in Parkhead will make the rain on Sucky Hall look like a drizzle. So here's the big question for you. Should Calmac go down as the greatest Celtic captain since Billy McNeil? Or do you think someone else edges him out? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's jay it loldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs.